ExamPrep.School. Maryland Title Insurance Producer exam code 20-25. There are 4 practice exams in this series. This video covers Practice Exam 1. The first 20 questions are free. In this video, we will be covering the following major categories for Practice Exam 1. Insurance regulation, real property, title exceptions and procedures for clearing title, title insurance. Let's walk through the format. I'll read each question and its choices. Let's get started. Question 1. Under Maryland law, which activity falls within the defined authority of a title insurance producer? A. Issue endorsements to an existing title insurance policy. B. Solicit title insurance commitments on behalf of a licensed title insurer. C. Appraise and determine market value of real property collateral. D. Adjust title insurance claims submitted by insureds. A countdown circle appears in the top right. Once it completes, the answer is revealed. You can pause at any time if you'd like longer to think. If you'd like additional practice covering more topics, see the description for our book. The correct answer is B. This option aligns with the statutory description that title insurance producers may solicit commitments on behalf of insurers, whereas issuing endorsements, appraising property, and adjusting claims are outside a producer's authority. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because issuing endorsements is an underwriting function reserved for insurers or underwriters. Reason C is not correct. This option is incorrect because property appraisal is performed by certified appraisers, not title producers. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because adjusting claims is an insurer's post-issue responsibility, not a producer authority. Question 2. Which of the following requirements applies exclusively to non-resident applicants for a Maryland title insurance producer license? A. Provide a copy of the Maryland Commercial Surety Bond. B. Complete the Maryland-specific pre-license education curriculum. C. Submit a certificate of home state licensure from their resident jurisdiction. D. Undergo fingerprinting and a criminal background check. The correct answer is C. Non-resident applicants must provide a certificate of licensure from their home state to demonstrate reciprocal licensing, while the other requirements apply to all applicants. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because the surety bond requirement is not exclusive to non-resident applicants. Reason B is not correct. This option is incorrect because pre-license education applies equally to resident and non-resident applicants. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because fingerprinting and background checks are required of all applicants. Question 3. Which must accompany an initial title insurance producer license application submitted to the Maryland Insurance Administration? A. A deposit of the statutory bond premium on insurer letterhead. B. A complete application form, non-refundable fee, and fingerprint processing form. C. A detailed business plan outlining underwriting criteria. D. Evidence of errors and omissions insurance coverage. The correct answer is B. The initial application requires the completed form, payment of the non-refundable fee, and a fingerprint processing form. The other items are not required at submission. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because bond premium deposits are not required with the initial application. Reason C is not correct. This option is incorrect because a business plan is not part of the licensing application. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because providing evidence of E and O insurance is not required at initial application. Question 4. Within what period must the Maryland Insurance Administration forward an applicant's fingerprints to the FBI for background check? A. 15 days. B. 30 days. C. 60 days. D. 90 days. The correct answer is B. Maryland regulations require the MIA to transmit collected fingerprints to the FBI within 30 days. Longer timeframes do not comply with statutory mandates. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because the time frame is longer than 15 days. Reason C is not correct. This option is incorrect because 60 days exceeds the regulatory limit. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because 90 days is too long under Maryland law. Question 5. How many days after expiration may a Maryland title insurance producer license be reinstated without retaking the licensing examination? A. 30 days. B. 60 days. C. 90 days. D. 120 days. The correct answer is B. Under Maryland law, a license may be reinstated within 60 days of expiration without retaking the examination. After that, applicants must requalify by exam. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because the reinstatement period is longer than 30 days. Reason C is not correct. This option is incorrect because 90 days exceeds the permitted reinstatement window. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because the allowed reinstatement window is shorter than 120 days. Question 6. How many credit hours of continuing education must a Maryland title insurance producer complete in each biennial renewal cycle? A. 12 hours. B. 15 hours. C. 18 hours. D. 20 hours. The correct answer is B. Maryland requires title insurance producers to complete 15 hours of continuing education every 2 years, including ethics and state law topics. The other amounts do not meet minimum requirements. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because the required hours exceed 12. Reason C is not correct. This option is incorrect because 18 hours exceed the minimum requirement. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because 20 hours exceed the mandated credit hours. Question 7. Within how many days of final disposition must a Maryland title insurance producer report an administrative action taken against them in another jurisdiction to the MIA? A. 10 days. B. 15 days. C. 30 days. D. 45 days. The correct answer is C. Maryland regulations require notification of out-of-state administrative actions within 30 days of the final order or disposition. Shorter or longer periods do not satisfy this requirement. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because the reporting period is longer than 10 days. Reason B is not correct. This option is incorrect because the reporting window extends beyond 15 days. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because the reporting deadline is shorter than 45 days. Question 8. A licensed Maryland title insurance producer must notify the MIA of a change in business address within how many days of the change? A. 10 days. B. 15 days. C. 30 days. D. 60 days. The correct answer is C. Regulations mandate notifying the MIA of any business address change within 30 days. Shorter or longer notification periods do not comply. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because the required period exceeds 10 days. Reason B is not correct. This option is incorrect because the notification window is longer than 15 days. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because the period to report is shorter than 60 days. Question 46, according to YO, Stat. Section 26, 8, 2 out of 2A. What is the application fee for a crop insurance adjuster license? A. Within 10 days of filing. B. Within 15 days of resolution. C. Within 30 days of the charge or conviction. D. Within 60 days of disposition, the correct answer is C. Maryland requires producers to report any criminal charge or conviction to the MIA within 30 days of the event. Other intervals do not meet the statutory requirement. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because the reporting window is longer than 10 days. Reason B is not correct. This option is incorrect because the requirement is not tied to resolution. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because 60 days exceeds the mandated period. Question 10. Prior to acting on behalf of a title insurer in Maryland, a title insurance producer must secure which of the following? A. A certificate of qualification from the commissioner. B. A notice of appointment filed by the insurer with the MIA. C. A certification of continuing education completion. D. A duplicate surety bond issued in Maryland. The correct answer is B. An insurer must file a notice of appointment with the MIA to authorize a producer to act on its behalf. The other items are not prerequisites for appointment. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because no certificate of qualification from the commissioner is required. Reason C is not correct. This option is incorrect because CE certification is unrelated to appointment. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because a duplicate bond is not required for appointment. Question 11. On January 10th, a title insurer terminates the appointment of a title producer. Under Maryland law, by what date must the insurer submit written notice of the termination to the Maryland Insurance Commissioner? A. By January 25th, within 15 days of termination. B. By February 9th, within 30 days of termination. C. Immediately upon termination on January 10th. D. By the end of the next calendar quarter, March 31st. The correct answer is B. This option is correct because Maryland regulations require title insurers to file written notice of appointment termination within 30 days of the termination date. Reason A is not correct. Electing to file within 15 days is incorrect because the statute specifies a 30-day deadline, not a shorter period. Reason C is not correct. Filing immediately is incorrect since the law allows up to 30 days rather than requiring same-day notice. Reason D is not correct. Waiting until the next calendar quarter is incorrect because that time frame can exceed the 30-day requirement. Question 12. A Maryland title producer permanently ceases business on March 1st. According to state regulations, which of the following is required within 30 days of cessation? A. Surrender the original license and pay prorated renewal fees. B. Return the license, provide written notice of cessation, and pay any outstanding fees. C. Maintain the license and notify the commissioner at the next annual renewal. D. Submit a final financial report without surrendering the license. The correct answer is B. This option is correct because Maryland law requires a producer who ceases business to return the license, furnish written notice of the cessation, and settle all outstanding fees within 30 days. Reason A is not correct. Returning only the license and paying prorated fees is incomplete because written notice of cessation is also required. Reason C is not correct. Delaying notification until the next renewal is incorrect since the law mandates action within 30 days of cessation. Reason D is not correct. Submitting just a financial report is insufficient because the license must be surrendered and notice given. Question 13. Under Maryland Insurance Article Section 2-202, what is the maximum administrative penalty the commissioner may impose for each violation of insurance laws? A. $1,000. B. $100. C. $10,000. D. $50,000. The correct answer is A. The insurance commissioner is authorized under Section 2-202 to assess administrative fines not exceeding $1,000 per violation of insurance statutes. Reason B is not correct. A $100 penalty is below the statutory maximum. The commissioner's authority extends to a higher amount. Reason C is not correct. A $10,000 penalty exceeds the per violation limit set by statute. Reason D is not correct. A $50,000 penalty far exceeds the allowable per violation administrative penalty. Question 14. Pursuant to Section 2-213 of the Maryland Insurance Article, when the Maryland Insurance Administration investigates a complaint against a title insurance producer, it may require the producer to A. Refer the complaint to the Attorney General before conducting an inquiry. B. Produce and permit inspection of records and testify under oath. C. Pay restitution to the complainant without a hearing. D. Suspend the producer's license automatically upon filing of any complaint. The correct answer is B. Under Section 2-213, the MIA may compel a licensee to provide documents and sworn testimony during complaint investigations. Reason A is not correct. An AG referral is not required before the MIA may conduct an investigation. Reason C is not correct. Restitution cannot be ordered without due process or a hearing. Reason D is not correct. Automatic license suspension upon complaint filing is not authorized. Question 15. Under Maryland law, what is the principal purpose of conducting a market conduct examination of a title insurer or producer? A. Set allowable premium rates for the market. B. Determine compliance with insurance statutes and regulations. C. Establish market share goals for insurers. D. Train underwriting staff in best practices. The correct answer is B. Market conduct examinations focus on assessing compliance with insurance laws, regulations, and consumer protection requirements. Reason A is not correct. Rate setting is not an objective of market conduct examinations. Reason C is not correct. Market share analysis is unrelated to exam goals. Reason D is not correct. Training staff is not a regulatory examination purpose. Question 16. Which settlement practice may prompt the Maryland Insurance Commissioner to issue a cease and desist order against a title insurance producer? A. Providing required closing disclosures to all parties. B. Reconciling escrow trust accounts monthly as required. C. Charging a settlement service fee not filed with the Commissioner. D. Renewing the producer's license before expiration. The correct answer is C. Charging settlement fees that have not been filed and approved violates rate filing requirements and can trigger cease and desist orders. Reason A is not correct. Providing disclosures is required practice, not grounds for enforcement. Reason B is not correct. Timely reconciliation of escrow accounts is a compliance requirement, not a violation. Reason D is not correct. Timely license renewal is compliant and does not trigger orders. Question 17. Which of the following best describes the Maryland Insurance Commissioner's subpoena authority under the insurance article? A. Issue subpoenas only in criminal insurance investigations. B. Refer subpoenas to a circuit court for issuance in all cases. C. Issue administrative subpoenas requiring attendance, testimony under oath, and production of documents. D. Authorize third-party service providers to issue subpoenas on its behalf. The correct answer is C. Under Section 2-213, the Commissioner may directly issue administrative subpoenas to compel attendance, sworn testimony, and document production. Reason A is not correct. Subpoena power covers civil administrative investigations as well as criminal. Reason B is not correct. Administrative subpoenas do not require court referral before issuance. Reason D is not correct. Only the commissioner, not third parties, can issue administrative subpoenas. Question 18. Before imposing disciplinary action on a licensee, the Maryland Insurance Administration must provide written notice and an opportunity for hearing at least how many days in advance? A. 5 days. B. 15 days. C. 10 days. D. 30 days. The correct answer is B. Maryland regulations require at least 15 days written notice and opportunity for hearing prior to any disciplinary action. Reason A is not correct. 5 days is below the minimum notice period mandated by regulation. Reason C is not correct. 10 days does not meet the statutory notice requirement. Reason D is not correct. 30 days exceeds but is not the minimum required notice. Question 19. In Maryland administrative enforcement actions by the insurance commissioner, which standard of proof must be met? A. Clear and convincing evidence. B. Preponderance of the evidence. C. Beyond a reasonable doubt. D. Substantial evidence review. The correct answer is B. The Insurance Article and the Administrative Procedure Act require a preponderance of the evidence standard for disciplinary proceedings. Reason A is not correct. Clear and convincing is a higher threshold not required for administrative actions. Reason C is not correct. Beyond a reasonable doubt applies to criminal prosecutions, not administrative cases. Reason D is not correct. Substantial evidence is a review standard, not the burden of proof at hearing. Question 20. Under Maryland law, a title insurer or producer may not charge a new insurance rate for title services until at least how many days after filing the rate with the commissioner? A. 15 days. B. Immediately upon filing. C. 60 days. D. 30 days. The correct answer is D. Title insurance rates must be filed and then held for a 30-day waiting period before they may be used. Reason A is not correct. 15 days is shorter than the statutorily required waiting period. Reason B is not correct. Immediate use upon filing is prohibited without the waiting period. Reason C is not correct. 60 days exceeds the mandatory 30-day wait period. Enjoyed this practice test? Tap like, hit subscribe, and share it with a classmate. Got a question we should tweak? Comment below. We read them all. Find full practice exam books in the description or at ExamPrep.School.